Hello, everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I hope you're having a great day. I thought I'd come before you for real this time, just like 30 minutes, give or take, just to have a brief conversation with you all about something that I have been seeing trending, I guess, on X. I don't even know if trending is the right word because it's kind of always been there, but not so out in the open, if you will. But I like to say just in the beginning that the purpose of the Demetra Case Show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people with the emphasis on even because we're great people, but we can always strive to do better. Of course, I know this is not my usual time to come on, but as I said last year, I was going to try to come on just here and there when I can outside of the regular days that Donovan and I are on here, just to kind of chop it up with you guys. So I hope you guys are okay with that. Hey, Thunder, how you doing? A different view. Bobby Wright, what's going on with you? The usual happened, but I just kind of want to talk about it. And of course, I'll show y'all that in just a second. But I'd like to say a big giant thank you, hello, and welcome to YouTube and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation, and you are family. T Powell, how you doing? By the time 103 was going on with you, he says, "Oh, congratulations on my shout out. What shout out are you talking about?" Philly John, how you doing? Ao God, I hope I said that right. God, how are you? And Cynthia, what's going on with you? I thank you for that. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into it for the sake of time. As I said, I ain't trying to be here all day. OG, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. All right, so I don't spend a whole lot of time on, I still call it Twitter, but of course it's known as X. It was Twitter when Jack Dorsey owned it. Of course, you guys know that the rules are a little bit tighter. There's a lot of things you couldn't really say or even do on there, right? Although I think you could always access porn on there for whatever reason. Like sometimes I'd be on there, whether it was X or Twitter, just scrolling. I'm like, how did porn end up on my timeline? Anyway, I digress. But of course, you guys know that Elon Musk bought it for like, I think it was 44 billion, I think is what it was. And from the point that Elon had it, has just kind of been off the chain, right? Any and everything you can think of, it kind of goes there. So, especially since Trump has been reelected, you've seen people just really unleash themselves. And when I say people, I'm speaking about, I guess you could call them the MAGA crowd and or, extreme right racist or just racist in general. Right now, of course, let's keep it a buck. Some of us that look like us be on there doing a lot of stuff too. So nevertheless, you can kind of be free to do whatever you want, kind of, sort of, on Twitter or X. And so I just put up a compilation of things that I've seen. Now, before I show you this, I have marked out some of the words because, we can't say those things here on YouTube or Facebook. But I've even seen a lot of us saying we're gonna, well, not a lot, but some, we're gonna file a class action lawsuit on on Elon Musk for allowing certain things to go, but not allowing these things to go. So I'm gonna put some of this stuff up, and then we can have a conversation. Who else is on here? Brother Don, my triple OG moderator, how you doing? And thank you so much to all the moderators. Yvette, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Yes, I know this is the beginning. I just started. Era, how you doing? Says I haven't used Twitter since 2017, 16, around that time because too many crybabies on there. Yes, a lot of that. Dano, what's going on with you? Brother Reggie, is it in the middle of the night? He says, unfortunately, I got to get some more sleep. Okay, well, you go back to sleep and you catch us on the replay. All right, so let's put this up. So this is my little compilation of things that I've seen on there. Of course, Elon Musk there. He reposted something that was reposted. So let's go all the way to the bottom. Somebody by the name of Uzi, I think that's how you say it, says slavery is white history. How we survive it is black history, which I totally agree with. And then somebody by the name of Matt Walsh. Now he seems to be a big time, anti-black. I'll put it that way. Person on X. He says slavery is world history. White people didn't invent it, and we're not the first to practice it, but we're the first to abolish it. The last place in the world to still have legal slavery was Africa. It wasn't fully legally abolished on the continent until 1981. Okay. And then Elon reposted that and said slavery is still practiced in some parts of the world. Now, of course, I guess they're trying to say that here in America, yeah, there was slavery, but we got rid of it. It's like reluctantly, don't lie to kick it. A lot of kick it. Y'all didn't want to get rid of slavery. It was a whole civil war, right? So if it was up to them, the black people would still be on those plantations picking that cotton that, they're talking about wasn't that hard to do. Nevertheless, Elon Musk, who owns X, he's co-signing it. Yeah, it's still practiced in some parts of the world. And those parts of the world, Libya is one of them, where there's full-fledged slavery. That was due in part to, and not even in part, but I would say mostly to the United States government that went over there and destabilized Libya when they killed Muammar Gaddafi under, lies and all that other stuff, right? But they don't ever want to talk about that. But basically, they want to blame Africa, is what they're saying, right, for slavery. But they're trying to pat themselves in the back and say, well, at least we got rid of it. I don't know what kind of trophy they should get from that. Okay, let's move on to the other side. My right, probably y'all left, where you can see there's a brother in Los Angeles. He's carrying some stuff, right? Now, I don't know, again, if y'all spend too much time on Twitter or X, I try not to, but I did see this a copious amount of times. There was also a video showing black kids, I guess, boys, men. They were taking stuff out of a house that was, in the way of the fire zone, if you will, because, of course, Southern California is still on fire and it's supposed to get worse tomorrow. But a lot of people ran off with the narrative saying that they were looting. Look at them. They're looting. Oh my God. Black people, all they do was loot. But they weren't looting. They were actually helping a friend's mother move all of her valuables out of the house before the fire. And as you can see behind that, brother, the smoke is impending. It's coming in, right? But again, a lot of people ran off and said they were looting with the same old narrative. Of course, we heard that Los Angeles, they're bringing in, if that not already, National Guards because they want to guard, these properties that have been burnt or, evacuated because they want to stop looters from going in there. And of course, a lot of that was probably brought on by social media saying that black people are looting again. Oh my God, which is, it's probably some people doing it, but is it black people that's only doing it? No, but in this case, they weren't doing it, but those brothers were called everything but a child of God. And of course, we're going to come on down here to Miss Lily Gaddis. And I guess she has some podcasts and she's really popular amongst white supremacists. Let's just say that. For what I've researched over the weekend, they really, 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 really love her. Let me remove this so y'all can see this here. Okay, so she says, and she was responding to somebody else and probably said something, whatever. I forget what it is at this point, but she says, F you, you dirty word, right? I blanked it out. And then somebody else, Luna Flores, she says in response to her, well, F you, you trashy Ritz, cracker. And then Lily didn't get what you call, I guess, a violation or whatever it is, but Luna did. So basically, they called Luna. They said, your thing is going to be hidden. I guess visibility limited. This post may violate X's rules against hateful conduct. But as of the other day, when I went on Lily's page, she didn't have any visibility covering over anything. It just kind of went, right? So you saw a lot of people reposting this particular thing or actually screenshotting and saying, hey, this is what Twitter is allowing people to do. Now, I saw some people saying, well, we need to file a class action against Elon for him allowing Lily to say that. But then people like Luna and I've seen a lot of people say, yeah, I didn't even say nothing like that. And I got a thing put over my thing. And so when I hear people talking about, I'm going to take this down. They want to do a class action, right? They want to do this class action against that of Elon Musk for allowing his people. And I know he's from South Africa. And I'm going to get to you guys' comments. I know he's from South Africa, but he's still, one of them over here, nevertheless, right? So they're just going all in with the racism, black people this, black people that. Yeah, but again, that's nothing new to us, right? We know that's how they think. And I always say this to us, like when we get offended, oh my God, they said this about us. It's like, do y'all know the stuff we say about them? Their skin would shrivel up like raisins if they heard the stuff that we say about them. The stuff they say about us ain't got nothing on the stuff we say about them, right? So I don't really get too mad about it. As you guys always know, the N word, that's not our word. That word don't belong to us. That word belongs to them. They great granddaddies and grandmamas and uncles and all them, they made the word. That's their word. But as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, Farrakhan said, even James Baldwin said, and a whole host of other people, hey, that ain't our word. But unfortunately, we act like what they have made us to be, right? Because when they put us on those plantations and even got anywhere around us, right? Because anytime they get around us, it seems like it's like spoiled curdled milk, right? But we unfortunately walk in what they have defined, they, not us, defined us to be, and we forget that we are, we're so much more before we came into contact with them, right? So here people are, when I say people, our people, Black people, we're mad because Elon Musk, who is a white man, a colonizer on the continent there in South Africa. We're mad because he's allowing them to say bad things about us. But the crazy part is, those same people that look like us, Black people, you won't get off of there. You won't go, and when a whole lot of the Black people try to make some sort of an internet, or what do you call it, social media, try to make social media, you won't go over there. But you want to sit up, you know what it's the equivalent of? We love our ancestors, but remember, we weren't there. But we seen all the footage when they were sitting at the lunch counters and they want to force, Flo and, the Jethro to feed you something from out the kitchen. When they talk about, dang, we ain't serving no Blacks here. You sat there, let the pour milkshakes on you, and you want to eat they seasonless soup and all that other stuff. That's what it reminds me of. You sitting on Elon Musk internet or any other internet and cry about, well, why y'all treating me this way? I'm going to file a class action. You ain't got to be on there. Go where your people are. Go where they're making a social media for Black people, and you can be you. But you want to be you on their internet where they don't want you to be you. Do they like you there for the traffic? Yeah, but they're not going to stop being who they are. Innately, that's who they are. And the other thing is, I'm getting to these comments, but the other thing is this. Y'all know the minute, this just vision this with me. One day, all Black people got off of all the white people's social medias. Okay, we just disappeared. We went to our own social medias. Do you know those people will have a fit? They have a fit for one, who they gonna talk about? Because they all wrapped up into what Black Americans is doing. Two, where they gonna get any creativity from? They can't create nothing unless we create it first. The minute we leave, they gonna be like, so what are you doing today, Jan? Oh, I don't know. Watching paint dry, right? So we make them hot, and we don't realize that, but we want to cry and complain. We talk about the African Diaspora News Channel app all the time over here. We should have, between the people that are on this channel and all the people on African Diaspora News Channel, all the other channels, we should have a whole bunch of people over there. But we just can't divorce ourselves from this good white internet. We want to cry. We want them to dump milkshakes on us. We want them to spit on us in our scrambled eggs and all that other stuff. At what point do we say, okay, I hear you. Let me go on and take my Blackness somewhere else. Because honestly, I don't care what they say about me. As the old people used to say, it's what you answer to. So why are you sitting up on those people's internet, watching them do all of that and then cry about it? Leave. Go where Black people are. Because you know what? Wherever we go, they going to be right there. There's a trend on TikTok that says, you're never really alone. Because, and I'm paraphrasing, but wherever you are, they are there too, right? And then they'll show somebody white looking over their shoulders, just staring, or whatever the case is, right? So are we ready? At what point are we going to say enough of begging those folks to treat you like them? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, there is no such thing as civil rights until we get human rights. They don't think of you as a human. I'm not saying we're not human. We are human. Okay, and y'all know what we say about them behind closed doors, right? We are human, but we're asking them to treat us that way. Why? So I'm gonna get into these comments. And as I said, I ain't gonna be here that long. I'm gonna hold myself to it. All right, here we go. What we got in the comment section? Okay, okay. Oh, brother Reggie, it's 4:30 a.m. Oh, sometimes I'd be up a whole hour before that. You good? You good? I'm just kidding. um, and Aries says it's almost going on 10 years since you've been on Twitter. That's crazy to me, but I don't miss the crybabies yet. It's a lot going on over there. Let's see. Simone B, where have you been? Era says, I want to laugh so bad. You go ahead. And NYC, how you doing? Says, y'all, let's grow up and grow thicker skin in 2025. Yeah, I mean, y'all, we be roasting the mess out of them. What are we mad for? They mad because they called you the N-word again? That's their word. The stuff we call them is like, ooh, damn. Simone says, yeah, they're being biased. Elon is racist and bigoted. Yeah, that's not a surprise, right? Feels like Trump is in office and they the good old days are here again, but we don't have to be a part of that. One thing I never understood is why we begging to be around those people. I don't. It's not something that I even want to do ever, Raven, how you doing? Says the racist Elon grew up in South Africa where apartheid, the brutal and cruel treatment of black people was common. His daddy, a racist politician, businessman, became wealthy on the backs of black people. Yeah, and he's coming over here to do it and say, F you black people, shut up about slavery. White people, we aren't the ones that started it. Do we really care what Elon thinks? Do we really? We really don't, Seems like he'd have something else to do besides try to troll black people on Twitter. He's the wealthiest man in the world, and that he's all wrapped up in the black people. See how much power we got? We got enough power to make the richest man in the world stop and tweet about us. Pat yourself on the back. Anyway, Christina, did I say hello to you? If I didn't, hello once again. Lou Gossett, how you doing? Said it's simple, don't use X. Era. It says it's like being a segregated lunchroom, the way some of these Twitter people treat each other. Yeah. Steven, how are you? Good afternoon to you as well. Ari says, I don't know if you've ever been to school down south, but Twitter just like their lunchroom tables. No, I went to school in Southern California. And yeah, Southern California is racist. California is racist. I know a lot of people don't think it is because Mickey Mouse is there and there's sunshine and palm trees and beaches. But yeah, it's overt racism. Yeah, there's some places in California where they're like, yeah, we don't like black people, but California is completely overt. Look at how they legislate. Look at the things they do. California has the most homeless people and the most homeless black people, right? So that should tell you something about how they feel about black people. But yeah, no, I'd imagine in the South it's just as bad, right? Walt, how you doing? Says, let that word go. That's not our word. Why do we own that? You can't say that word. You can't say N word. No. Why would you want a pink slip to that word? Do you want the recipe to Becky Ann's casserole too? You know what I mean? Would you eat fried chicken from Becky? I'm just asking. Jesse, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. The Real Pill Vintage, how you doing? Says mediocre people are still going to blame others and they will still be mediocre. Yeah. Walt says, why do we use that word? Do we know what it means? Yeah, it means something that white people made up to degrade black people. That's what it means. I know, they try to say, oh, it means ignorant. Well, but then why do they only say it to us? And black people aren't the only ones that's ignorant. It was something that was made from them folks to degrade black people. Of course, they say it with a hard ER, and they don't say it with the A or whatever the case is. But that word was meant to degrade us. And yeah, now we say it, but I would say, and I'm not trying to make excuses for it, but yeah, we say it in a way that's kind of what they say, a term of endearment or whatever. But they said to like, really like cut at you or whatever. But, I don't take any ownership of that word. MC Fact, how you doing? Says Nur Muhammad downgraded N-word usage and denounced it. There you go. And I second that motion right there. Jesse says, grand afternoon, Auntie Demetria. Yes, indeed. And welcome. Herschel, how you doing? Era says some people have to experience their own wake up. True. Walt says we have been getting sick ever since we started eating their food. Yes, Era, wake up call. Chantel, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. He says health, wealth, riches to us all. Yes, indeed. I claim that. And Hershey, you say you not on X. I mean, I'm on there because of what I do. I have to like find stories and stuff like that. But I don't spend a lot of time on there. X is probably my least favorite form of social media because it is very toxic on there. People just be lying to kick it. Just a whole bunch of stuff, right? On X, people say whatever they want to say. And listen, I have thick skin. None of that stuff bothers me because it's like you got to consider the source. Look who was talking about you. They ain't got no room to be talking about nobody, nobody at all. Okay. They focus on us because they jealous. And don't let nobody else tell you anything different. CMO, how you doing? I think maybe it's Cosmos, but anyway, it says I feel you. I have the African diaspora app, and I'm locked in. Everything you say is straight facts. We make everything hot. Without us, they are nothing. They know that. They know that. I tell you, I use the example of TikTok when it shut down, when black people was like, we're not creating because y'all letting these white folks steal our dances and they getting all the praise and the glory for it, and y'all ain't giving us nothing. So they stopped for a while, and white people didn't know what to do. White people, Asian, everybody else is like, y'all got any more of them dances? So we got the juice. Era says one brother said, media MEDIA. He says most evil device ever invented. He said NBS. The faster blacks realize that, the easier I believe. Yes, indeed. And Moose say, how you doing? He says Raven. You say you're talking to Raven, but how you doing? Let's see here. Era says, I love my username and allow me to dodge accountability. Okay. Simone, he says you're working and studying. All right. You must be working hard and studying hard, but we miss you nevertheless. CMO, he says it's time for us as a people to break away. We got to, like, if not now, when? Lunar, how you doing? It says, why can't a class action be filed for reparations? Well, we've tried to do all of that, this, that, and the other, but I'm telling you, I don't know everything, but the sooner we unify, the sooner we're going to get reparations. But we're all disjointed everywhere, right? It's just a lot going on. We still fighting to be accepted by the white man, and we ain't being accepted by the black man. What's more important, to be accepted by the white man or the man that look like you? So when we get to that point, then reparations will come a lot sooner, like it did for the Asians and everybody else. See, the Asians, the Jewish community, they're all on one accord. They moved together. Us, I don't know about that. Who made you the leader? It's like, I'm just telling you, go around the corner and they're giving away something free. Okay, I'll just check it. So we got to get out of that mindset. Jeffrey, how you doing? He said, sorry for the late arrival. No, you're right on time. I'm going to be here for about another 10 strong more minutes. Queen Adaya, how you doing? Randa, how you doing? He says, we need to sit back, let them fight, and stay out of their BS completely, totally. Era says, it might just come down to a spiritual thing. If I can make a tweet that'll get a reaction from Elon, maybe I'll go viral or pay attention. You might. Yeah, he's got nothing else to do, it seems like. Herschel says, a white guy from apartheid South Africa. There you go. Let's see here. Thunder says, question, why are some of us surprised by this anymore? There are 3 things we truly control. 1, our vote. 2, where we spend our money. 3, where we spend our time and energy. They need our time and money. Just stop. It could all be so simple. It really could be. But unfortunately, we in love with white folks. I need your master. I need your blessings. I just need you to just touch me with your anointing, and then I can. But like you said, we could just stop and go spend money with our own people. Go spend time with your own people. Social media is toxic anyway. We should be off of here as much as possible. Go open up a hardcover book. Don't you ever just miss the smell of a book? That's why I don't really like digital books. I'll get them if there's no other book to read, but I love hard copy books. I like the smell of them, I like the feel of them. Just something about a physical book, right? We need to do more of that. My business, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Long time no see. It says people are mad because they censored a response to a racist remark they did not censor. It's the fact that mass disrespect against black people is being normalized. It ain't normalized. It's been here. Disrespect against black people happened when they put the first black slave on those plantations and did what they did to our people. That's when the disrespect happened. Or when they go anywhere else black people are and plant their flag and do the things they do. That's when the disrespect happened. It didn't start on X. It's amplified there, but it didn't start there. And the disrespect that they have for us only matters if you give it power. Who are they? Like I said, y'all know the stuff we say about them. If we said the stuff about them out loud, I know we say some stuff, and some of y'all, I see y'all on Twitter, y'all don't hold back. But some of the stuff we say about them would really just ruin their whole day. So it's not that it's being normalized, it's already been there. Herschel says, and y'all expect respect from him. Yeah, I don't expect nothing from Elon at all. I used to like his cars back in the day. I was like, hey, they're pretty cool, but I wouldn't even buy a car from him. You're not giving me none of my money. I almost said something else to rhyme with that, but then I'd probably get in trouble on here. Jeffrey says, I deleted my ex last month. Yeah, and a lot of people are deleting it, and they went to what they call the blue sky, blue cloud, or whatever. And that sounds like it's a left-leaning Twitter, because I think it's owned by Jack Dorsey, who owned Twitter, the original Twitter. So I was like, it's gonna be even more whining over there. Brother Damon, how you doing? How's California treating you? Are you seeing any smoke in your area? I know it said it's gonna get worse tomorrow. It's gonna kick back up. CMO, he says, I don't use Twitter, never have, never will. I'm glad that you don't. It's a mess. Daniel, yes, it says California is extremely racist. Yes, it is. Yep, Clean a Diet, it is racist. Yeah, I've been there, born and raised. Very racist. Simone says, I only log on to X if I want to listen to spaces, and that's very rare. Yep, Brother Damien is spelled KKK, California. Yep. Daniel says California is extremely racist toward Black Americans. Absolutely. I'm going to skip on down. Hey, Negroes, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Randy says we should not be saying that word either. And hey, Dimitri, yeah, we shouldn't. Unfortunately, it's become a habit for a lot of people. Obviously the context is different, but yeah, we shouldn't say it. But more importantly, don't walk in that. Don't subscribe to what it means, but that's their word. CJ, how you doing? You didn't miss nothing. I know I'm behind in the comments. And Musa says police speaks what's on, a policy rather speaks what's on their soul. Okay. Sean, how you doing? Says the N-word is in the Bible. Is it really? What scripture is that in? I don't know. I have not read the whole Bible, but if you don't mind sharing me what scripture that is. CJ says, oh, I don't use that word. And Queen of Dice says, let them have that word and ignore them. They can't argue with themselves. Yeah. Well, we going to get up in there and that's like going into a white person's house and saying, why won't you let me use the master bedroom? I want to put my feet all up in your master bed. Why won't you, or anybody's house for that matter? Why can't I have the big piece of chicken in your house at your table? Because it's not your house. It ain't your table. And it ain't your chicken. Go where your chicken is. Brother Don says it's a slur of the ancient word Negro. Yeah, we know what that is, but we know that's not exactly what it means, right? Negro in Spanish means black, but we know why those people say it. They're not saying it because it's some educational word. They're saying it because they're being evil. We know that, right? So Shine says Acts 13:1. Okay, I will have to check that out. It's news to me. Let me write it down. Raven says, Demetri, remember when we had Black Planet, rocking, and we thought Zuckerberg's Facebook platform was better and abandoned Black Planet? Yeah, I asked somebody about that the other day. I've never been on it. I wonder if it's still up and rolling. But yeah, we need to do those things, right? Three hands, how you doing? Says Dia. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. Says I'm 41, too young. I'm 53, about to be 54. Yeah, just a little bit. CJ says, and I love that pompadour. Oh, thank you. You know what? Y'all want to hear the story behind this? So I had it braided like this side, but it was too tight. I was like, oh shoot, it's too tight. So I took it out last night, and then it was kind of wavy. I said, oh, okay, that don't look too bad. Let me just put some combs in it and rock and roll. And there you go. That's how I ended up with this. Randy says, we will let the content creators be on X and then bring the info to their viewers. Yeah, I'm not on there for fun. I'm on there looking for stories. You know what I mean? Chantel, you say, when I first started driving a truck, one of the guys in the back said the word. Everyone looked at me. The guy asked me, did you not hear him? I said, yes, he was talking. He wasn't talking to me. I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you ain't talking to me. You talking to your mama. That's what I would say. He talking to his mama. Percy, how you doing? Says Elon, just trying to find favor with MAGA because he got smoked for wanting those H1 visas. Yep. Absolutely. So now they're trying to shift back to black people. And it's like, I really don't care what Elon says at all. Not nothing. Eric says, I remember when I got kicked out of school because someone called me the N word. My mother said, I'm not going to whip you, but I didn't name you that either. So go to your room. Yeah. I get it. It does make you mad, but they gon' listen. 99.9% of the time, they going to say it on the internet. They're not going to say it in person because they already know you're going to get slapped real quick or something like that. Sean says TikTok would be dead without black people. FBA run the culture. Yep, you better believe it. Mr. South Carolina, how you doing? Says, hi, Dimitri. Many Africans feel some type of way towards blacks. Yeah, that's true. And we need to, knock all that off eventually, I guess. Miss Sweets, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Facts Not Feelings, what's going on with you this fine afternoon? Michelle, how you doing? Says, I don't like that he's part of Trump's administration. I think he has nefarious intentions, in my opinion. Anything on 1600, was it Pennsylvania Street or whatever the name it is over there in Washington where the White House is, it's all nefarious. They didn't need Elon to go in there and be nefarious, whether they Democrat, Independent, Republican, it's all nefarious. They mean citizens no earthly good. It's all about capitalism, and they make us believe that we have some choice in the matter, and we don't. We don't have one. Their democracy is dead in America. I don't know if it's ever existed. Just want to put that out there. NEX, how you doing? Says, oh, thank you for the compliment on my skin. I appreciate that. Thank you. I try not to put a whole lot of makeup on, especially at this age. MC Factor says, unfortunately, there are quite a few black channels that use the N-word consistently. Tariq and is it Justin? Is that Jason Black? Yeah. Yeah, some people use it. Listen, okay, I ain't gonna lie to kick it. I use it, but I don't use it on here, and I don't use it out in the open. I use it every once in a while, but it's never like in to be mean, and I'm not making excuses. I just don't want to lie and say, oh, I never use that word, because sometimes I do, but I would never use it on here or anything like that. And I agree, we need to find something else to say, but sometimes it just rolls off. But I think when you're in a teaching aspect, because when you're on here, you're teaching or you're trying to illustrate something, I think we should, raise the vibration a little bit and not use that word, but not trying to be judgmental. Era says, I think hardcover books smell sweet. Yes, they smell wonderful. Yes, indeed. Let's see who else is on here. Queen of Dahlia says, I still read Demetri K. I'm an underliner. Yeah, highlighter, circle words. I love books. I stopped doing that because it takes me too long to read. When I underline and all that, I'm like, man, let me just read, and then sometimes I loan the books out and I never get them back. So I give them to him without all of my notations. Percy says, don't be bothered by Elon. He's just trying to deflect by showing racism because MAGA on top. Elon about wanting them H-1 visas. That's not America first. Yep. MC Fact says, Phil Scott has denounced the N-word uses. Absolutely. Yeah, we should, we absolutely should. Miss Sweet says, download the African Diaspora News Channel app. Yes, please. And thank you. Easy. It's not Tuesday. It's not Tuesday. It's Monday. I was like, you know what? I'm home. I don't really have a lot to do. Let me come on here really quick. I've already overstayed my time. I'll be on here about 5 more minutes. I've already overstayed my time, but I just kind of want to just come on here. I say I'm going to do it as often as I can. Damon, you say negative out here in the Antelope Valley. The wind is picking up. Yeah, they said it's about to be a round 2 of the high winds and the fire. Shine says, I hear you, but I'm a millennial. The N word is just a word to me. I focus on action and reparations. Yeah, I get it. It is just a word, Let's see. Smitty, how you doing? Says, been living in Los Angeles for 4 years. From Atlanta. It was mind-boggling how racist it is out here. Love the show. Thank you so much. I love you being here. Yeah. Los Angeles is super racist. Super. California in general. But people don't think that it is because they dress it up so nice, LDKR, how you doing? Thank you so much. Daryl, how you doing? Says they use the fake looter image. They're also telling lies about UMass ball team having orgies with 2 white girls. I ain't heard that one. Now says Sue Musk and the posters and it ends. So yeah, I haven't heard that. Oh my God. Hey, McDaniels, how you doing? So the disrespect didn't start on the plantation; it started on the second pasture. There you go. There you go. Go even further, right? He lying is not in the Bible. I didn't think so. I was like, okay, well, we gonna see, right? Sean, you say, what's the difference between the N word, Negroid, black, etc.? They still look at you the same way. Well, depends on who you this day is. I don't put any stock into what they think about me, what they say about me, nothing whatsoever. I could care less what they say about me or any of that. They better worry about what I say about them. That's what they better worry about. You know what I mean? Simone says, I want to know the scripture too. Yeah, I figured he was pulling my leg, but I was like, okay. Patty Brown, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Damon. All right, so who else is on here that I have not acknowledged? Jeffrey say, oh, MySpace is still active. Are you serious? I don't think I've ever had a MySpace account. When I say my children, I mean my daughter, my niece and nephews, they had a MySpace. But yeah, probably should have stayed on there, huh? Herschel said I was thinking about Black Planet just the other day. Yeah, I'm gonna see if it's still up and popping. Okay, so Al be chill, so he lying. I figured he was lying, but I was like, okay, I don't know the whole Bible, but just wow. Thank you, Odd Negroes. Thank you. You know, I've been working out a lot lately too. A lot of vitamins. Trying to drink a lot of water. You know, because I'm getting older. Y'all see this gray hair? I'm getting older, so I'm trying to preserve my youth as much as possible. I don't want to look like I've been rolled hard and put away wet, or I burnt the candle at both ends. So thank you. Negroes, you says who Black Planet, who owns that? Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was some black people. Vovo, how you doing? He says it's magical. DJ Brad, what's going on with you? He says West Rancho Dominguez, California, raining. It's raining. Okay. Oh, raining ash. Raining ash. Yeah. It's gonna get worse, he said tomorrow. And that's what they said last week. And I guess people really had no idea to what degree it would get worse. And here we are. So, I hope that everybody's bracing for that tomorrow. It's crazy. They said it's the worst fire in U.S. history. That's what they're saying. Thank you, Miss Sweets, for asking about everybody to hit the like button. Mr. South Carolina says white charge more to publish books, especially black literature. Yeah, that's probably true. All right. Sean, I ain't paying you no attention no more. Easy says, ask Elon if he paid out all the lawsuits from black employees at his plants. Probably not, right? Which is why he on X acting a fool. Era says, sis, help me out. Blacks do not take away from Africa. The question is, state your business. He says, blacks do not take away from Africa. The question is, state your business. I'm not quite sure what, or maybe you're speaking to somebody else. I'm not sure what that means. Michelle says, I agree, but I do not like Elon. Yeah, he's not one of my favorite people either. Sean said they were black people all throughout this world, including America. Yeah, we're the mother of civilization is what? A black woman. Street translation, how you doing? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Damon says America has been suspect for a cool minute. Yeah, since its inception. Raven says Zuckerberg said he's opening up Facebook to a totally free speech behind pressure from Trump. It will be nasty words and comments flying. Yeah, he's trying to get in on some of that, hate speech. But I also believe that the Democrats had the pressure on him as well, which is why he was censoring a lot of people because they wanted him to. So he was just doing that. Don't need no man. Stop telling me I do. How you doing? Thunder, he says, why get outraged when you can just get out? Come on now. Says, just stop using it. No need to raise a big stink or fuss. Just drop it like a lit cigarette butt and keep walking without giving it a second thought. There you go. Like, stop inculcating stuff that don't belong to you. Those words don't belong to us. They told us it did. They told our ancestors it did, but it does not belong to us. We're not the ones that committed all the savagery on a whole group of people. You know what I mean? They're deflecting from who they really are. And they still think that way. A lot of them do. Sean says, I agree with you, Demetra, on not using the word, especially in public, but to me, it's just a word. I agree with you. It is. Patty says, I like it better when we reference each other as brother and sister. Yep, I do too. Hey, Bakari, how you doing? Thank you, thank you. Aaron, what's going on with you? Says Isaac Hayes, the third, has a social media platform fan base. We'd also definitely support it ASAP. Yeah, he does have a fan base website. I'm not going to trash the brother too much. Isaac Hayes, the third, his website and social media doesn't seem to be all black owned. Seems like he got other people in there too, and I could kind of tell the way he moves a little bit. He's very pro Democrat and all that other stuff. So I guess it's worth the look, but we should also look into who's running these sites as well. But I would imagine if I had to say, it'd probably be far better than X. So yeah, fan base is out there. I know Boyce Watkins tried to do something too. Black Enough. I think that's what it was. I got on there. I mean, it seemed like it was pretty cool, but then I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if he still has it or whatever. But yeah, so people have tried to do it. MC Fact says, I like that. Raise the vibration. Yeah, we need to do that, right? All right, let's see. I know I stayed over. CJ says we are only 13 days into 2025 is already revealing so much. Yeah, you ain't lying. Okay, Queen Adaya says, Maasim, okay, Acts 13:1, Shimon is a whole lot of words, and now I'm just ain't gonna jack up. He says that was called Niger and Lucius, Serene and Manin, which had been brought up with Herod, the Turtrach. Oh God, and yeah, okay, so got you. So it's something that's unrelated. Figured that. Yeah, Miss Sweets, round two for tomorrow. Los Angeles fires. Raven says, Demetri, did you see the LA aqueduct had been empty since February last year? Yeah, California has always been in a drought for the most part. That's right. It's been a drought. So yeah, it's kind of LA is in for it. Street Translation says the South is almost the least racist because most blacks people have our own whole town for the most part. It's still systemic, but up north, it's both. Now, I get that. There are more blacks in the South than there are anywhere in the United States. So I can see how you say that. Still racist, but when we're more of us together, then the impact, I guess, is less. Sherry, how you doing? It says a dictionary that N-word does not depict a black person. So anybody can be called ignorant, but I wish somebody would call me an N-word. And they're not black, right? McCavey, how you doing? It says most racism we face is systemic and it's rampant in blue states, especially Massachusetts. Yep, California. Yep, all New York, all of those. Oh, did I get to the bottom? I thought that I did. Let's see here. Okay, so Heats Cloud, how you doing? It says fan bases for Democrats. I kind of thought that, just kind of watching him move around a little bit. Okay, I lost my spot, so let me try to find it again. I apologize, you guys. Okay, Barbie says Trump said America first, not Americans first. Is that what they're not understanding? And there you go. I like that. McCabe, I hope I said that right. He says, Demetri, get your crypto queen. I got some crypto. I do have some. It was doing well when Trump first got reelected, and now it's doing okay, but not as well as it was doing before. Easy says, I was out in Long Beach in early 2000 and the microaggressions was off the chain then. I've never liked California. I'll stay near my roots in the dirty South. Yeah, California, born and, raised there. So born in Northern California, in the Bay Area, and I was raised in Southern California. Moved to Louisiana for a little bit, but other than that, went back to California. Queen of Dice says, I had Black Planet years ago. Yeah, I know a lot of people who did. Sherry says, do you think these fires are set deliberately? Because I do. I think some of them have been. I think they were saying a white lady had started some of them. But I have to look into that. Damon says, oh, stop with the gray hair. I got you by 10 years. Yeah, I mean, it could be worse, right? My sister, she's gray all in the front, and she's younger than me. So my daughter's like, don't dye it. I'm like, yeah, probably not. Era says, I pay my brothers and sisters. I think it meant pray for my brothers and sisters in California. Absolutely. Yeah. Because Altadena is the first, upperly, I guess, upscale Black neighborhood. And it's completely gone. So yeah, they're gonna need some help. Don says, as Barabbas and Simeon, that was called Niger and Lucius. Okay, so y'all know the Bible well more than I do. I just dabble. Negro says, do you think there's a spiritual connection between the fires in California and the man that set the woman on fire in New York? The man who did this name is literally means a friend of God. Oh, I don't know. That's never even thought about that at all. I have to really think about it being a spiritual connection. I definitely think what's going on in Los Angeles is spiritual. Definitely. And there's more to come. Because as has been said, by the nation, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, can't do what you did to us and get away with that. You gotta pay for that. So they'll be made believers whether they want to or not, So all right. Let's see. African Sarinko. I know I said that wrong, but how you doing? He says, hey, beautiful, and thank you. He says, why do we care or even get on those racist apps? Yeah. Definitely not care, right? Larry, how you doing? Says we need to stop talking against racism because we are not doing anything to stop it. Like we could boycott sports, take our Black American kids out of sports at colleges and high school sports. I agree with you. Totally agree with you. We can stop it, but just not participating. Let's remove ourselves from it and go mind our Black business, go do our Black things, and then that'll minimize a lot of it. Heats Cloudy says fan bases for Democrats. Okay, I read that. Yes, Herschel says I'm not supporting H1 visas until I see Craig back working at McDonald's. You crazy. Lolo, how you doing? Says the word just means black, dark. It was used throughout history to describe the Jews. Okay. Yeah, but they turned it into something else to be demeaning to us, right? Nicole, how you doing? It says Blamazon is really? Blamazon. Let me put that up. You said is a black app, so it's B here. Put that up. Never heard of it. Negro says we are peculiar people. Say talking to somebody else. Tuesday Adams, how you doing? Says why are black people still on X and on there complaining? I'm on there for work, but I'm not gonna be on there complaining. Why you wanting? I wish I would. Do you know how low I'd have to go for me to cry about what a white man is doing on his white app? I wish I would. Miss Sweet says, is Black Twitter X an actual app or is it just another side of Twitter? Yeah, Black Twitter was a thing. It wasn't an actual app, but it was just the black side of Twitter. I don't even know if that exists anymore. Sister B, how you doing? It says, yes, fan base appears to be only partially black owned and compromised. Yeah. So there you have it. And when they in the mix, how black is it really? Easy says, them wealthy Resnicks prioritizing water. Oh, the Resnicks, yeah. Prioritizing water supply in California. They said they have a stronghold on the water in California, which is crazy, right? But guess not. CMO says there's no surprise that Babylon burns. Los Angeles has been prophesized it will fall. Yep, it is falling. Most definitely. Lady Diana, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yes, it is cold today. Bakari says, I'm from Inglewood. I'm used to racism, gang banging, et cetera, et cetera. Y'all better get ready for the collapse of America. Oh, y'all better get this book. Y'all better get this book and read it. This book was written in the 1960s, and it is talking as though it was written today. Y'all better get this book. That's all I'm telling you. It's a hell of a read. Mind blowing. All right. So Frederick, how you doing? Says they want to pay the hard way. Yep. Ironworks, what's going on with you? Says, why we waste our time using X platform? Yeah, let's find the black ones and go use that. It should be really so simple, Hero, how you doing? Thank you for the black hearts. I love and appreciate you for that. MC Fact says, Demetrius, like the video you did on saying staying out of the stores that follow black people around. Yeah, why would you go in there? Why would you go anywhere where they following you around? I wish I would dig in my purse and reach out any money to pay somebody after they don't follow me around. What do I look like? And we need to have that attitude. What I look like? Paying you to treat me that way. They wouldn't pay you to do it, Maya sisters, how you doing? Says I keep hearing about depopulation plan on the news with the fire. Which group is intended to depopulate? That is a good question. Poor people. Because if you learn about capitalism, the Communist Manifesto, it talks about that. It's rarely about race, gender, politics, religion. It's about the money. Really, a lot of people cannot afford to live in California unless you already established. The median price for a home in Los Angeles is nearly $800,000. And I'm not talking about one like this. Y'all see that house behind me? Madam CJ Walker's house? I ain't talking about no house like that. I'm talking about a 3-bedroom, maybe one bed, a bathroom, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, $800,000. $800,000, and now the insurance is going to be through the roof. They have to put a moratorium and a ban on insurance companies for stop canceling people's policies due to this fire. So that's supposed to be for the rich. That's who they are legislating for, the rich. The poor people, that's who they're trying to get rid of. The downtrodden, right? The burden on society. And they never wonder why these people are a burden. Is because they're getting priced out of any and everything you can think of. You go to the store and try to buy eggs, about $8, $6, $7 for eggs. For some chickens. Now I know the bird flu have a little bit to do with that, but even still, you know what I mean? So it's that's who they trying to depopulate, poor people. And when I say poor, I mean if you ain't in the 1%, they talking about you. Lady Diana says I use X to promote my books. That's all. And what they ever ask you what books you got? What kind of books do you have? If you don't mind me asking. Eric says I see they wanted intimidate somebody, but Fat Joe learned the hard way. Yeah, he on tap on out as he should. You know, you came up in black spaces acting hellible, and that's what you get. SB, how you doing? He says down, out, racist, and ruthless. Okay. Bakari says Gavin Newsom is the devil. Yeah, you know, he tries to fool people with his nice debonair, good, you know, I'm not saying that, but good looks. You know, he's got this raspy voice. It's kind of, you know, it's mysterious. But yeah, he really means Californians no earthly good. I would say that. Hey, Steven, how you doing? Long time no see. Tell your wife to say hello. He says, I've been following you, but I sleep so much when I'm cold. Yeah, it is cold. Here in Houston, it's like, I don't know, 50 something degrees. Next week is gonna be in the 30s and the 20s. Yeah, Queen of Diet, a flat cost that in California. Raven says Paradise, California was racist sundown town and divinely burnt down 7 years ago. Yeah, Camarillo was burnt down as well. Very racist. Going up north, Ventura, Oxnard, that area. They got burnt out a couple months ago. And I looked into the history. I was like, oh yeah, they real racist up here in Camarillo. Simone says, I feel like somebody following me around in a store. I leave. Yeah, same here. Or if I know they're following me, I'm like, did you need something? Can I help you? You know? Queen of Dice says, I said that was ridiculous. I asked, where is the basement? And walked out French doors off the basement. They laughed at me and showed me the tiny house. Oh, yeah. And Larry says, I don't understand why we are not filing lawsuit against the United States of America for democracy against Black Americans. People for not giving us a hate crime bill, but they gave it to gays in China. They get the, I'm telling you why they get them. I'm telling you, because they are an organized group of people. We are not. We organize. Y'all know they've been trying their best to keep us disorganized from those plantations. They kept us disorganized, fighting with each other. The house, you know, slave, the field slave, the yard slave, the woman against the man against the woman. They've been doing that because they know who they kidnapped. They know who they put on those plantations. They ain't gonna put nobody else on those plantations. You know why? They went and got the best, the strongest, the smartest. So with that, they had to brainwash us. They had to put a number or play a number on us to make us think we was nobody. And in 2025, we still trying to convince each other we are somebody. So when we start to get back together, because that they've been doing that, we got to keep them apart, keep them fighting about any and everything under the sun. I don't care what it is. If it's baked chicken or fried, have them fighting about that. But when we start fighting about that and say, okay, we got, then they're going to say, okay, They are moving as a unit. They are a well-oiled machine. Now we got to acquiesce because ain't no telling. See, when Black Americans pull our money out of this system, then they gonna take notice. We keep everybody else afloat. 97% of our money goes to everybody else but us, and we stay. Give me something, help. I'm not saying we shouldn't get reparations. We gonna get it. It's coming. But there's things that we should be doing. We got to have that conversation with ourselves. Hey, knock it off. Stop all that bickering. Stop all that fighting. If you're talking about something, let's talk about when we're going to get together and figure out how to, buy the block. Let's go buy a grocery store so we can have a grocery store and stop saying we living in food deserts. See, when we start talking like that, then they start saying, oh, we got to get them something because we don't want them to organize on us. That's why the Democrat Party, up until recently, can, give us twerking, give us fish fries, give us, your mama voted, your grandmama voted, and all that. They know that's all they had to give us. They didn't have to give us nothing because we just show up while they show up for everybody else. See, when we stop doing that, then they say, okay, because I guarantee you, the Democrat Party, they're not going to give it a large conversation that Black Americans abstained or they went and voted for something else. But I guarantee you behind closed doors, they having a conversation. We need to get them back on the plan. We need to get them back voting for us. What do we got to do? See, unfortunately, we feel like we've gotten something. Like with George Floyd, right? All Kamala and them have to do is put on some kente cloths and they nailed on their geriatric knees for 10 minutes, pretending like they cared. And we were, oh, that was so touching. Oh, I just can't. Oh. And they ain't said nothing else since. That was all by design. Just act like you care. They'll go away. They'll be all right with that. But the minute we start saying, okay, it's income tax season coming up, a lot of people gonna get a little something. Have you talked to your friends, your homegirls, your family members, your homeboys? Hey, I'm gonna get $5,000 back. I'm willing to take half of that, put in to go buy a business so we can have a Black business. Have anybody had that conversation? Hey, I got good credit. Let's go buy some. Let's start something. And then, when we see a Black business up and running, let's go there. Are we having that conversation? Or are we begging this very racist system that was designed to oppress us? Are we going to continue to beg them for what we could do for ourselves? That's what they talk about in the nation. Do for self. Marcus Garvey, I know a lot of y'all have divorced Marcus Garvey for whatever reason. I'll never do it. But he said, up your mighty nation, accomplish what you will. He didn't say go beg this white man for what he already not trying to give you. The nation ain't saying go beg no white man. It's saying do for self. Farrakhan gave a great example a long time ago. He says, we eat bread, don't we? Yeah, we eat bread. He says, then we should be, planting the seeds, harvesting the wheat, having the bread factory, making the bread and go selling the bread and buy the bread. But we get the bread from the white man. It's that simple. Carter G. Woodson said that in the Miseducation of the Negro. Do what our ancestors used to do. Now we try to go off and get these fancy degrees that, they're helpful. But can y'all nowadays call a Black mechanic? I can, and I'm glad I got a Black mechanic. I have a Black landscaper. See, I try to do everything Black that I can. But those, I would say, even in Houston, that's probably rare. In California, even more so rare. But why is it that I should be able to throw a rock and hit a Black mechanic, a Black landscaper? I should be able to turn around in a circle and see at least 4 Black cleaners. I should be able to walk up the street and go to a Black grocery store. I should know where it's a Black school or some Black hospitals, a Black, right? That's what we should be talking about. Begging this government to do for us. They're not going to do for us until we do what our ancestors did when they was making the roads with the Allentowns, the Slocums, and all the other Black, towns. That's when they going to start waking up. When we start doing that, you got to remember, we're the descendants of pyramid builders. They can't, we built this country here. We built all of this, most of it, all the things they use, and they took credit for it because our people did that. And we move around here, can more soup, please? Can I please have some more soup? The wealth that these white people, a lot of them living on now, is off the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors. And we run around here acting like some paupers and beggars, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I had a conversation with somebody earlier, and they mad because they boss at the job stopped giving them, gift cards and ice cream and stuff. I say, yeah, they're not going to feed the bears. Your reward is your check. I said, but why don't you get together and get your own birthday cakes and stuff? Why are you waiting for the boss to do it for you? Do it for yourself. Said, more importantly, why don't you figure out what you could do outside of that job? Because if they stopped all of that, that means they probably going to stop your paychecks next. Then what you going to do? You think you're crying about some goddamn birthday cake now? Wait till you're crying about not having no paycheck. What are you going to do after that? So that's the page that we need to be on as Black people. Enough of, and Larry, I love you. I'm not saying this about you specifically. I'm just saying I'm speaking to me too. I'm speaking to me too. But we got to get away from that mindset of, yeah, we need a hate crime bill, but we're going to get one. And I tell you guys about this book, and it's on YouTube. It's called The Hidden Secrets of Oriental Wealth. The Hidden Secrets of Oriental Wealth. And I know that they don't use the word Orientals, but that's the name of the book. But he's basically talking about how Asians got what they got. And he starts off saying, Black people, y'all think we get everything. Yeah, they get a little bit of favor, but they get it because they move as a well-oiled machine. But he said, this is how we do it. Listen up. And he talked and went through all the steps of how they do. They organize, they practice group economics. They say, yeah, we'll live 10 in a house. We don't always like each other, but we go on for a common goal. It ain't about liking each other. It's about building, wash, rinse, repeat until we own the block. That's what it's about. Yeah, we're going to go mop some floors and work somewhere we don't want to work. But pretty soon you're going to be renting from us. That's their ideology. I don't care if I like her. I don't care if she leave her underwear on the floor. It ain't that bad enough for me to move out of the house. We're going to tell her to put your drawers up, and we're going to keep on doing what we got to do so we can each have our own house, and then we can do it 10 times over a piece. Not everybody a piece. So we got to get in that mind frame. At what point do we say we all we got? Get with your family members. Stop all the bickering about her macaroni ain't tasting good. All right, stop all of that. Bump the macaroni, because we need to be eating a salad nowadays anyway. I'm speaking to myself, okay? It's your next family reunion. Let's move. I put an hour or two aside to say, all right, we all here. We need to be pitching in and raising $10,000 to be ready to buy a house. A family house we can rent out, and then we can do it again. That's what we need to be talking about at the family reunions. Not who got the best damn macaroni and cheese. Not who uncle making the best barbecue. That's cute too. But let's leave our family reunions saying, yeah, we raised enough money and we're going to go buy something so we can leave a legacy. And then when it comes time for this racist government to be writing some hate crime bills, they say, oh yeah, Black people got their stuff together. They organize. See, right now, they counted us out. They think, oh, they ain't never going to organize. We just call them the N-word every once in a while on Twitter. They get mad and they get frustrated and they get off focus and they start thinking about other stuff. And then, we just do it again when we see them organizing. We'll call them the N-word. We'll lie on them, say all kind of stuff to get them off focus. So that's all I'm saying. I didn't mean to go on a rampage or whatever the case is, but we just really need to just get this time. I was so scared. I'm not going to lie. This last election season, I was so scared. I was like, we very well may give the Democrats, it wasn't even about Kamala per se. We may very well give the Democrats a win, and we are completely finished. The Democrats were trying to put the final nail in the coffin of Black people. I'm not saying the Republicans ain't trying to do it, but the Democrats, we are their most loyal group of voters. And they were going to completely kick us in the tailbone and then kick us in the grave and then close it shut and then bring everybody else over here to do what we've been doing because we too busy fighting over stuff that don't matter to us. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, Exotic, how you doing? Says, I would love a Black Twitter with diverse ideology. Welcome. Yeah. So anyway, we're going to get out of we. When I say we, I mean me. See, I was supposed to be a half an hour, but you know what? An hour ain't bad. Anyway, I love and appreciate every last one of y'all. We will be back here tomorrow when I say we, me, and Donovan. So in the meantime, first, Saba, how you doing? Roa, how you doing, everybody? Bernie, how you doing? So I know there's a lot of comments I didn't see, and I apologize for that. But tomorrow I will try to be better. But in the meantime, I love you guys dearly. Have a great FM. How you doing? Rest of your day. Peace.